All right, today's video we're looking at a Mercedes Benz C300 4MATIC Sport 2010, and I need to replace a spring. And you can see up in here, I'm going to try to get the light in there. I have a broken spring. Here's part of it right there, and it's busted on the bottom here. So I get that spring out. Doesn't look too hard at the moment. I don't know if it's under pressure right now or not, but I'm sure as I start taking things apart I'll figure that out. Looks like a couple of, here, a couple here. I'm hoping I don't have to take, the rotor and swing that out. Looks like I might be able to just take it off here and at the top. I'll show you that in a second. Maybe here and here. Take a look at which one's easier to come out. Little piece of plastic off there. We'll see. It doesn't look too crazy. Top, inside. 1, 2, 3. And we'll get that strut off, and we'll see if we work it on the bench or what. So first time I've done this. Sure it'll be an experience. Here you'll see a couple of spring tensioners. The new spring that I bought. It was about 135 bucks Canadian, like what, 90 bucks US, something like that. I borrowed some spring compressors off a friend of mine. Looks like they're going to do the job pretty good. Get the impact on it. You'll notice they're upside down. There's no reason why they're upside down. I just, wanted to put it on here, see how it's going to work. So we'll get back. I'll start pulling out some pieces and some parts and some tools and start yanking that off and see what kind of trouble it gets me into. Obviously, job one, pull the wheel off. I did see on the video, a lot of replacements, or on YouTube, a lot of replacements for the spring, but they never really show how they get this strut off there. So I'm hoping it's going to be painless. Looks like all these connections are just attached to this plastic piece, so I should be able to get that plastic piece off and then hopefully gain access to that. I'll get another jack for under here just to lift it up and down if I need to check the compression on that spring, and we'll go from there. So stay tuned. Alright, so it looks like 21 mil for these and these. I'll get that one with the impact, and looks like that one's going to have to go by hand, given I don't have an impact big enough, or a socket small enough. And this one up here looks like it's a standard, what do we got here? There's no light. Hard to see. 18 mil for that one there. I'm going to try to loosen up here, see what happens. Get that plastic thing off there, and then go from there. So back in a second. Oh, back spinning. That looks like it's a, yes, inverted Torx of sorts. So special tool, which I do have. I'll go grab it. So yes, this is a Snap-on, the inverted Torx set that I bought a while back for my other Benz. Knew I'd need it. This is a E18. Yeah, was not cheap, obviously, Snap-on, right? But guaranteed for life. So that's what's going to go on right here to catch the other end of that. Alright, the top one's loose, fairly loose. And the impact, working the bottom one, hand bombing it to see if I can get that out there. And breaker bar here, just holding that one straight. Try to get that one off here. Alright, as I was trying to get this one off up here, get that light out of the eyes here, yeah, it started bending down slightly a little bit. So what I did, obviously, just get a little jack here and pop it up, till it straightens out again here. You see the whole assembly lifting a little more, and it takes stress off that joint. So we'll be able to pop that off easier and see what that does. All right, get off not too bad. Straighten it up. Relieve a bit of that stress off there. There we go. Disconnect it here. Push it in the back for now. See, work on the rest. All right, bolts are out here. Adjust your bottom, up and down a little bit, and make sure the bolts will come out loose. It doesn't look like it's under pressure. I think it might be, held by those plates, but we'll see. I'm going to go on the top here and take these ones out and see if it all falls out. Hopefully it'll be that easy. Stay tuned. And yeah, of course, Mercedes. Thank God I bought that set. Another inverted Torx. This is a E12. Fits on there nicely. So I'll pop these three off and see what happens. All right, 1, 2, 3 off. And it's wiggling a bit, so you can't see that much, but it is wiggling, so I'm hoping it's gonna pop off. Let's give it a tap here on the bottom. See what happens with that. Blows up my hand or what? Looks gonna be. It looks like it's coming out there nice. Okay, it's hanging on the top here. If anything, looks okay. Well, see if we can pull that down. I'm gonna try to muscle that down and give it a go. It looks like this is a little clip of sorts on either side. I'll try squeezing that in. Hopefully I don't break it. And see if that pops off. Or squeeze it in and push it down. I don't know what yet. We'll figure it out. But as you can see, I was able to push this bottom piece out fairly easy. It's just all dangling there. Took it off here. So just get that clip off the top. We should be good. Yeah, it definitely popped down. I got the channel locks just squeezed in the sides a little bit. Either side. And yeah, it seems to have popped down slightly. So hopefully I'll get the whole thing out. Yes, popped right out, came right out, whole strut. So I'll throw that in the bench, see where that is broken pretty nicely. Didn't think it was broken that far, but yeah, she's broken pretty good. Alright, let's figure out how to get that spring off that strut. Alright, it's on the bench here. Let's make sure I get a look-see of where everything is. This is, lined up to here. This is lined up sort of all the way down to this piece. Right. Look like that. Straight down, sideways. So I got to get that thing apart, put it back together, get this new spring put in here. I'm sure that'll be fun. Alrighty, let's try to figure it out. This got to come off first, obviously. And of course, prying this cap off, broke the little clips. See, there's two little tangs here, and here. And on the bottom of this, there's two little clips. Let's see if I can get the light on it here. Here and there. Don't know if you can see that. They're broken. I'm like, how the hell would you have taken those off? It would be in a little clip that would sort of come down from here to here. I have to get a tool in and underneath it to press it forward to try to release that off. Yeah, I guess somehow that would have did it, but I'm thinking that's just cosmetic, so whatever. We'll see what happens. Let's get the rest of it apart. Looks like I'll probably have to put the spring compressor off. I take it off here, put it on here, compress it, take it apart, change it over, put it back together. So let's just see how much work and effort that's going to do. Hold on. All right, compressor on. Not much to bite here too anyways. I'll start going slowly. Remember to do a little bit here and over this side, this side, this side, or the spring will just end up bending, and it's pretty dangerous, right? There's a lot of pressure under that. So we'll do a bit here and a bit here, and I'll show you when she gets tight and hopefully loosens up. All right, so I'm all the way here on these two. That one over there a bit. It's moving. Move this a bit here, so I'm gonna try to take that off. Can't really show it with one hand, but I was able to wiggle it. Spring is less tense for sure, but under a lot of tension. So I'm gonna try to take this off at the end. See what happens. Okay, back on the top here. Whoops. Get that all together. We got a, what size is that one again here? 21. And we'll loosen this guy here up from the top here a bit and see what happens. Yeah, loosen it up a bit. She's loose, she's coming down. It's gonna be good. Finish that up, hopefully it don't come flying off. Yeah, that's off like that. Put up here now. Here we go. Come off nice. That spring should come out nicely. Let's try to get that rubber out and then the spring out. Actually, what I'll do to try to get this all off is look, it's inside of that sleeved and so on. I'm going to release the tension here, loosen everything up, and then it won't be as dangerous working with all that tension ready to blow. All right, tension's all released on these suckers. I'm gonna pull them off, pull this piece off. I did score it, right? So I scored this here in alignment with the top part of the cap, which is here. So that way my lines here hopefully will be close and my bottom close to line that up back in the car. So a little scoring here to line up with, again, this bottom piece here. All right. And yeah, I'm going to pull that off. Let's see how the new spring goes on. So here we go. Old, broken here, as you can see. Twisted right off there. And a new one. There you go. Nice. Okay, we'll start mounting stuff. Try to get it on. Get this piece back on. This popped off. I don't know if that's going on top or bottom, but we'll see once I punch everything back in. I don't know if it's supposed to go down or if it's supposed to stay up or what, but we'll see once I pack everything together if I have to pull it back up or what. Alright, looking at that piece again. Looking at the top. Maybe it stays up to that. That's what I'm thinking. That's the way I think I'm gonna mount it, and so I get that everything back together. I think that's the way it's gonna go. All right, back with the spring. Make sure your little guys in the tab there. Your rubber gasket. There's a little tab right there. You can see it. So yeah, put that in there and it'll be nice and straight for you. That's under tension. I might have to do it a little bit more, but we'll put it back on and see how it looks. All right, it should be tight enough. So you see it's not quite sitting in there right, but in the bottom, in that grommet, but I'm gonna try to fangle that in, and when I start loosening it, I'm hoping the rest of it will fall in. So I'll line up the back part in, and hopefully the rest will fall in. And we'll see how the top comes together into the top piece. It's sort of lined up, everything's there, tight. I'm just a little bit out, as you can see in there. So I'll bring it down a little bit more. Okay, bench to get it on, but it doesn't seem to be going down as much. Seems to be spinning on the inside. Looks like a double tool, but I'm going to try to maybe ratchet down a little bit more on these guys, loosen it up a bit more just to get her down a little bit more. It looked more than that on the video, so I'm going to try to bring her down a little more. Alright, that did her. Nice, down tight. Remember, score sort of lined up with these guys here. Here, right up, and I scored this plate so hopefully the nuts will fit nicely. So we'll start loosening or taking off the spring compressors and see what happens there. Try to get that to bounce back in place. We'll see, maybe take a hammer to it later, I don't know. Alright, I'm trying to get that spring to fall on there. It seems to be going there. I'm going to loosen this side here more. It'll sort of bend this way and hopefully cup that in there, but it seems to be working. I'll keep loosening up that side there, and then I'll come back to this a little bit later. Yeah, I didn't like that the spring was not quite sitting in the rubber grommet, so I've given it a little help here like that, just a little screwdriver. You know, I put the tensioner back on just to get her sort of in there, and it seems to be working. I need two hands, so I'll get at that and then make that sitting in there nice. Yeah, I had to put the other one on. It's sitting in there real nice now. So I'm good. Take it apart again. Should be good to go. Alright. Strut back together. It looks pretty good. And that broken cap here. Whatever. And now let's get her back in and bolt it up, and hopefully everything's copacetic. Onward. Alrighty then. Get her back together. Don't forget those. Don't forget to flip your wires in front of your strut. Put them back in here and here, you know, into little clips. This here, I'll wait until after I get these in and then and the top, and I'll jack it up a little bit and then get that one in. And then we should be good. So, onward. Alrighty, all back together. You there? Wires nice. Stabilizer thing. Up top here, all nice tight. Good. Wheel on, done. Again, 2010 C300 4MATIC Sport.